Having been an editor, when I'm directing, and actually when I started, I've always sort of deconstructed a sequence in order to figure out how to shoot it. And I know the elements I need to get those shots to be able to make it go together that way. Our method usually is we'll sort of methodically go through the teaser, each act, and if there are certain things that I had in my head, I'll try. And then at that point, we'll take a look at it again, and then that's the fun part where we start to fine-tune and tweak.
There's times when you wish you had more takes, and other times where they just nail it, and then you're just going through takes, and yeah, that one's good, that one's good, that one's good. So then you just pick which one is better for rhythm, what's their body language doing, what else is going on in the scene.
After Luis is done, he has one day really to sort of polish, and then I have 4 days before I screen, before our mix. Yeah, so just do that thing, put that in that hole. You're never done until they pull the plug on you.
We'll finish the cut. It'll be a locked cut at that point where the edits will stay, but now it's time for finite detail. So the sound side goes to work, and there's a number of elements that kick into gear at that point.
Sounds to me like she really loved him.
Spotting session is where we'll bring in our composer, our music editor, and any other editorial sound editors, and we will sit in the room and describe what we're looking to do for each and every scene, in particular to the music that we want to strike in that scene, like what emotional points we want to hit musically, and also any definitive sound effects that we want to accent and really bring the scene to life.
Oh yeah. All right.
I think one of the most interesting things about the show is the complexity of it. And the music is also very complex, and at any one time there's a lot of elements going on. And although the cue might be a sad cue, there's another note inside of that, another layer that is speaking to the mystery. Each score for each episode is different. You know, we have different kinds of shows that we do. So, for instance, the show I'm working on right now has a comedic theme throughout the show. So what I'll do is I will come up with that theme for the show, and that will get me started in the process of writing in the vein of that particular show. I think it's been a while since we've had a show with this kind of levity in it. And it's certainly a welcome change. You know, we've been able to kind of go into another world that we're familiar with in CSI, but it's been a while since we've been in this territory. So it's fun to kind of depart from some of the stuff we've done earlier in the season and work on something with a lighter tone.
Family like that kind of makes me glad I'm an only child.
Foley is a pretty cool process. I would call the Foley artists stuntmen for sound. They perform to the screen and help replicate sounds that otherwise weren't recorded on the day.
The reason we do Foley, as opposed to having just cut effects, where they can just cut in a thump body fall, is because each action on the screen is its own identity. So we have to do it so we can match the picture.
The artists usually, they'll kind of make mental notes of things because we have a cue sheet, have cues of what the supervisor wanted. You know, crowbar hit head. Then we'll do it and they'll say, let me sweeten it, because he'll hear the sound when he does it. And then they'll say, let me sweeten that something. And then if he doesn't like that, he'll say, let me sweeten it again.
If we've done our job right, you don't realize it's Foley.
Okay.
When you're on the set, you may see that the only people speaking are the principal actors that are on camera. And then the background people are walking, the extras are walking around doing things in the background and mouthing words to each other. So I bring in a group of actors that actually fill all of that in the background, off camera, and help situate you in that space that we're trying to create. It's a pretty cool process where we've got about 8 actors that come in, and they'll do the background voices that you see or don't see on camera. Also, whenever someone's getting killed or bludgeoned, screams, efforts, and something like that, one of our actors will do those voices. That is normally so subtle that you would expect it to have been recorded, but it just wasn't able to be done on the day in production. So these Loop Group actors are real talented people that come in and fill all the voids that are otherwise there. Basically, the mix stage is the final line of post-production. We'll take a day and a half, really, to mix it all down. Our crew's so fast and really fully ingrained in the process of the show and the style of the show that we can be so quick about getting through an episodes and allowing us time, producers come in and enhance it in any which way we want. After the producers come in and made their notes and put the show exactly where we want it, we'll lay it back to a high-definition master and then deliver it to our post facility that creates the masters for the network.
Master control is basically the last point before a show goes to air. This is where the switching happens, this is where the graphics get keyed up, this is sort of where everything comes together. Once we get the show here, that's pretty much it. You know, in TV, there's really no second chances. Once something goes to air, at that point, you're committed. There's no pause button, you know, it's TV. On air in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. CSI episode 1215, Stealing Home, is on the air.